Send me the video. Send me the drama video, boys. I actually want to see. Everybody's calling me a tourist. I must beat the allegations.
Free me. I beg of you.
Hey, that video can't be that bad, right? What even happened? What even is this drama? One hour, 40 minutes? Snaps response? Okay, I am not watching this. Okay. Drama inside of drama. I think Snap is cooked. Like, I don't know how cooked this guy is. Or whatever's happening here. I think Snap might be comparably cooked.
Everyone has no gear, does no...
Wait, but... That's not the video, right? Isn't the video the Kaltorak video? Or is it him reacting to the video? Did he remove it? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? There is no video because this guy removed it? He unlisted. Okay. I watched Lily's reaction. I mean, I'll be honest. This is way too long. I don't give a fuck. This is a 28 minute. Okay, 28 minutes I can watch. Hour 43? Brother. I don't even know what Snap can say. Snap has so many cooked takes. I like Snap, don't get me wrong, but he's a cooked take machine. Like, I actually don't want to listen to Snap's takes. Watch you Lily then? Send me the Lillers video. Why not? Is it shorter? Lily's kind of a react machine too, but I think me and Lily align pretty well on our takes.
Again.
And by the way, that's way
1 hour? Oh. Alright, I need to pee. Dude, the reaction of a reaction is too much. I mean, I agree. Yeah, I'll watch it because apparently it's good memes, but and plus, I mean, I'm waiting for GGG to fix build. We're not in debt anymore. Okay, we have time. We have time for content. Hold on, though. I gotta pee. Can you guys see that I don't have pants on? Stand up? No, we're good. Okay, nice. Ass bit. All right. I have original link.
Hey guys.
Yo,
Counteract.
based. There is an original link. Let's go, dude. All right. Surely this video is not that bad. Good job, Game Goo. How many views does this have? 13K? Damn, it's 50-50 on the like-dislike. Hold up. Maybe this... What if I end up agreeing with this guy? What's happening here? Because I watched him and Kyle posted. Nice. Rasta Monster, thank you for the 51.
Just resubscribed for 51.
What even is the video, actually? The Path of Exile 2 tourists are back, and they're obnoxious again. I mean, if he's just talking about streamers, then I agree already.
I don't normally do reaction videos, and I try and avoid videos that are this negative. If you watch some of my videos at the beginning of 0.2, though, I had a series where I was soft calling out a bunch of these creators. At the beginning of 0.2, a lot of the big ARPG creators, mainly Path of Exile 1 creators, but not just Path of Exile 1 creators, but they were just overly toxic and negative towards just the state of this game. In general, it just seems like it's a bunch of creators who want this game to be PoE1 and easy brain-off experience that doesn't really take any mechanical skill.
Fuck. Okay, I get it. He's one of those. He's a mechanical skill Andy. Ooh. We're starting off strong, I gotta say. You know? I mean, I don't know who... Are they gonna give, like, examples of people? Because there's some really good PoE1 players that really don't like PoE2. And I don't think you can make a... You know, they're mechanically unskilled argument against them. But okay. Starting off strong, let's go.
Just want to, you know, solve the game with math and then just fart their way through it by holding one button.
I mean, honestly, based. I agree. You know? Based. I do agree. Gameplay first, you know? I would like for PoE2 to be a gameplay first sort of game. Unfortunately, that's not happening right now, but I think that is the end goal for PoE2. Which is kind of probably why a lot of people criticize it. Okay, sorry.
Game. It's fun in its ways, but as you can tell from my tone, I'm pissed.
Be mad.
I've wanted to make a video like this for a while. I just didn't have the nuts to do it. Benediction, though. This guy just won my heart. I've been subbed to him for a while. I love his videos. Okay. I love his builds, but this man just became one of the beacons of light for the PoE2 community for me. And
I don't care if you're pressing one button or if you're pressing 20 buttons. That's not what we're looking for in terms of gameplay. I care about the fact that there's a boss that's trying to hit me and I can't one-shot it. I can't, like, overgear it to the point where I don't give a fuck about it, you know? But it's kind of difficult when you're comparing, like, PoE1 and PoE2. Because PoE1 requires a lot of thinking and a lot of planning. And there's a time period at the start of a league for the first couple days where you're like really putting in a lot of effort. And that time period is really fun. But then eventually you get to a point where you're just one-shotting everything and every boss and you're doing billions of damage and whatever. You can do whatever. Which is super fun to some people. But it does trivialize content, which is what I guess he was talking about, right? But, like, I think a lot of the complaints about PoE2 come from the fact that people are frustrated that, yes, you kind of struggle initially, but eventually you're still doing the same thing, but people act as if it's different, when in the current game it's not. So I think a lot of people misunderstand criticizing that element of PoE2 as disliking the game. Because I genuinely can't think of content creators that dislike PoE2. Maybe Alkaiser. I mean, Rutu, but like Rutu dislikes everything. Like he's a rage baiter, literally. That's like his whole shtick. Steel doesn't really love PoE2, but he still plays it, you know, I guess. Ventura? Yeah, but Ventura doesn't play PoE2. He just doesn't like the game. He doesn't play. He doesn't seem to care, right? So those aren't the people that we would be talking about. If you're like playing and you actively dislike the game, that's different. And I can only think of Rutu, really, that does that, you know? Alk hates everything. I mean, not really. Alk is pretty passionate about the things that he likes. To be honest, I don't know if Alk dislikes PoE2, but whatever. Lily said almost literally the same thing. Yeah, it's almost as if it's a reasonable take. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe it's one of those things where streamers are desensitized to this sort of thing, so it might be perceived as like, you're being, it's like how sometimes you guys are like, oh my god, people really hated your take under that one video, and I go check the comments and it's like, you know, Raiz is bald, lol. And it's like, it's not really, it's just normal internet stuff. Like, people take these things too seriously. Like, criticism's not that big of a deal, you know? It's not toxic, it's just feedback, right? Thanks, Buscutter.
I just want to react to this video on stream.
Yeah, I should watch more.
He's
Sorry
calling
for
out a
yapping.
lot of the big ARPG community streamers and their communities, and
True.
I feel like a lot of you are going to just agree with his sentiments and how I feel about it. Obviously, I'm very heated right now, and I probably shouldn't be posting this video, but
this is him being heated?
I don't know. I agree with him, and I seriously appreciate him for posting this video, so let's just watch. There's a 2-minute clown montage here. So I'm gonna
they
just
have
like
a clown montage.
it, and I'll leave some
Did I make
comments
it
here
in?
and there, but this is gonna be a rough
Am
2
I
minutes
relevant
to get
enough?
through. It's just some of the most unbearable people
You can clip some shit.
you'll ever see.
Unbearable.
Everyone has no gear, does no damage, and is constantly running away from the monsters just to die constantly.
Yeah, this is
They're
a
bums.
Bro!
what?
Fuck
This
you.
is a joke. Fuck off. That's being toxic? That's where we're setting the bar? Come on.
DDD.
Jesus Christ, this is fucking terrible. Wow.
Yes, you are.
What? Yes, you are? What do you mean? Look at this skill tree. It looks sick in the head. Okay. Wait, what is he mad about? This is a clown montage? Holy, this is a Tuesday. What is happening right now?
Jesus Christ, this is fucking terrible. Wow.
Yes.
Dude, that feels awful though. Look at that skill tree. Because he was planning to play Mortar, I would imagine, so he has to travel to the totem nodes, but then you don't want to be picking up any of that stick.
You are. I hate your mentality, bro.
Damage, man. Oh, I fucking feel any damage.
It takes me 3 fucking combos to kill a fucking white monster, man!
I wanted to play elemental spells.
Fuck Rutu.
But they all suck. Because GG. I don't even know what to say. They fucking also suck at doing these things correctly for some fucking reason.
Vin, I seriously appreciate you for this video. Vin, you are a legend, man.
How the fuck did you guys design this utter garbage? Fucking room trench! I can't kill room trench with the skill!
This game's so fucking dumb.
True.
What the actual fuck? Like, how is this our ascension method? Are you kidding me?
True.
When retired boomer gamers are playing a mechanically difficult game, it is just... I'm over these people so much. I'm just over them.
Damn, he hates this. He can't even look at him. He gets angry. I mean, to be honest, same and based, but like...
Kill room trench with the skill!
I mean, no offense, but like, I'd rather be 70-year-old, you know, retired boomer Zizaran than 20-year-old you, little bro. Like, as far as mechanical skill goes. No offense, but when Ziz wants to, he can hold his own. I don't think this is a mechanical argument over here.
This game's so fucking dumb. This game.
What the actual fuck? Like, how is this our ascension method? Are you kidding me?
When retired boomer gamers are playing
They
a
should
mechanically
compare
difficult
demis,
game,
you know? They should compare
It's
race
just-
wins.
I'm over these people so much. I'm just
I mean, I guess
over
PoE
them.
one
They're-
different game,
they're-
easy game, so it
They're
doesn't
playing
count.
the wrong game. This game isn't for you. It's never going to be for you. Just stick to
True.
your easy, brain-off, one-button ARPGs. Like, I'm just
I'm
so
playing one
over
button right
these
now in
clowns.
PoE2.
I said
That's
it.
all I've
said it on the
played.
podcast. I said it. It's going to happen every single patch. They'll be back in 0.4. They'll be back...
What? I play more one-button builds in PoE2 than I do in PoE1. What the hell? I can't ever find a build that isn't one button, and I'm playing a build that literally nobody else is playing. Okay, it looks like Essence Drain, but it's not. Okay, I'm playing Dodgeries. All right, just so we're clear. It's just a mid-transition. I'm literally playing a build that nobody plays, and it's one button. It's a singular button. I can't. I could increase my single target, but I can't find anything that like even remotely benefits my character in any way, shape, or form. Like what?
0.5. Like, they're gonna keep doing this. They're gonna show up, they're gonna rage, and they're gonna fuck off because they're tourists. They're all tourists.
Hell yeah. I am.
Okay, double living bomb, frost bomb, LE weakness, Tempest, Chinese staff, and go! Okay, guys, you're wait 15 seconds.
I mean, the Abyss mobs are over, too. Like,
Bro.
Wait. Hold on. So we can criticize PoE too? The Abyss mobs are overtuned? Wait a minute.
Okay, this feels awful.
Isn't that the
if
whole
you're
video?
shilling the balance of this patch or the design of this patch,
This
The
clown.
Jungro.
anything to do
This
and I haven't talked
clown.
at all about the qualitative side of things. All I'm talking about is the quantitative pieces. That's it.
I agree. Fuck,
If you can
fuck
find a
Jungle
way
Rogan.
to somehow justify that argument, you need to pull your own ass out of your head,
True.
out of your ass, out of your head, out of your mouth.
Real.
Unwrap the fucking little self-ass eating donut that you've tied yourself in, okay? And look around you. Learn to count to 10. Maybe learn to.
I'm gonna
count
look
to 20
around me
even.
and I'm gonna find a lot of good builds. Oh, here's one of them.
Wait, the problem isn't some build that's killing a campaign boss, dog. Oh. The issue isn't that there are a lot of good builds. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, shit. Anti-clown montage.
Thank you, Vin, for this video.
Sigma
Thank you,
male
Vin,
montage.
For this video. Thank you.
Killing campaign bosses. Let's go. That's crazy. I'm in. I'm Sigma. I'm a male.
Yo, what's up, chefs? It's Vinny, or in this case, I'm a self-ass-eating donut, or whatever hilarious-ass thing Jungron was just talking about. And
Okay, let's be honest though. Junkron did make that whole ass tweet last league where he was like, everybody's stupid. There's so many builds, and I'm theory crafting every day by going onto the Korean forums and copying their builds one to one. I'm theory crafting so hard. Like, Junkron kind of set himself up for that one. Okay, he is one of the ass eating donuts.
This is
Clowns,
definitely
man.
going
He's one
to
of
be
them.
the most controversial video I've
No.
ever.
Vin, this is the video that's going to cement you as one of the pillars of the PoE2 community.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for calling these people out. We are all forever going to remember this. And I know it may seem like I'm being like extreme or blowing smoke on my ass. I've wanted to make this video for 6 months now.
Wait,
I am
what?
just...
Why didn't you?
Made
This guy's
and
pent
hopefully
up.
ever will make. So look, I'm just gonna say it straight up: the PoE2 community, or more specifically, the
Not-
community that has been
Not the PoE2 community. The PoE2 community is awesome. It's
True.
these clowns. These
All four of
I
them.
mean, I don't even want to call them the PoE1 community. Like whoever these big ARPG creators in their community. Let's just put it towards them.
cultivated around a decent-sized chunk of the big-time streamers that effectively just want PoE2 to be a reskin of PoE1 is
Yep.
the most alarmist, cynical, and downright
Oh.
pessimistic gaming community that I have ever seen.
Okay, I don't want to pause it again, dude. It feels bad to keep pausing, but like, I can tell you right now that somewhere in this video, this guy is gonna go full Redditor. Either both of them or one of them is gonna do the thing where they say, I haven't played PoE1 in 10 years, you know, but I hold all of these strong opinions and I have all these thoughts that I have to express. I fucking guarantee it. I've seen enough Redditors who visit the PoE1 Reddit over and over, and then when you confront them on some shit-ass opinion, they always say the same thing. I haven't even played the game in the last 10 years. Like, brother...
PoE2 community is so smart. We
It's
got people
always
taking
the same
photos
take.
of their screens instead of screenshotting MHM.
Peach Mouse.
Beach Mouse.
It's always, I can already see the thought process on this guy. I mean, he basically said it, but like...
It's true. They will... Like, there's that clip of Rutu raging about the support gems. He's like,
But the support gems in PoE2 are somehow more complicated than those support gems in PoE1.
no, they're not. PoE1 is still way more complicated. There's nothing complicated about the tiering system in support.
Who says that? Who says that this Naruto's roll the clip? Naruto's never said that support gems in PoE2 are more complicated than support gems in PoE1. There's zero chance that that ever happened. There's no way. The point isn't that support gems in PoE2 are complicated. The problem is that they're useless. They're specified. They're supposed to put you on rails so that you attach one support gem to another support gem. That's why the whole recommended support gem situation even exists. Because GGG singled out like these things that you're supposed to be playing and everything else doesn't work with it. This is why I needed 8 hours of testing on my character to find functioning support gems, because I have to find things that aren't supposed to work.
You PoE1 Andys are just so jacks. Don't argue. Watch montage once again, silly goose.
I don't even like the current PoE1. That's the problem, you know? I like PoE2 for its like gameplay first approach, but the issue and the criticisms that people are having for PoE2, I think, as far as like streamers who don't outright hate the game, but they're frustrated with elements of the game, which, by the way, we've been complaining about PoE1 for the last 12 years, okay? It's not like anybody's like, I want the game to be perfect like PoE1. That's not the issue. The problem is that you're trying to do all these things and it's not working. The balance isn't there. The skill diversity isn't there. The decisions patch to patch basis aren't there. If you're trying to have a game that's mechanically complex, then you can't have abilities that one-shot bosses. You can't keep implementing these band-aid fixes. That's the problem. People are frustrated at the state of the early access of the game, which it is an early access, but I think that's where it comes from. These people aren't being toxic. They're just being vocal about the problems that the game is having. The same way that they are being vocal about Path of Exile 1, where they have 20, 30,000 hours, and they're complaining about, guess what? When the game changes every patch to a significant degree, there's going to be things that you're going to dislike. You're going to talk about the things you do like and the things you don't like. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anybody in the clown segment was particularly clowny, you know? Other than Rutu, I mean, let's be real. But like, Rutu's straight up a rage baiter. Like, that's his shtick.
They're going out of their way to find things that they're pissed about, and they're just ignoring all these positives. You'll see them sprint directly into mobs, not animation cancel, get stunned and crowd. It's like
Skill issue.
They're either intentionally making it themselves look as bad as possible, or they've depended on their ARPG knowledge for so long that they can't play a mechanically difficult game anymore.
Dog, do you really think that you're mechanically better than Jungrown? I mean, listen, I hate to say it, okay? Because Jungle Rogan, he's got a big-ass head nowadays, you know? You can't give this guy praise or he's gonna grow another one. But seriously, in its current state, he's probably like a top 5 ARPG player as far as mechanical ability goes. As proven by many of his gauntlet runs and races and speed runs and everything. And you genuinely think that the problem that Jungrown is having is that he somehow is missing the mechanical ability to beat the game and he has to rely on numbers? Like, come on, guy. No.
They are just...
Not to mention that I don't think sprint is like a particularly mechanically challenging thing. It's a paying attention thing. That's mostly the issue.
Sorry, Vin. Continue, sir.
Oh,
we got
sorry.
7
I
more
keep
minutes of
pausing
me
too.
Pausing and just being pissed.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pausing as well, though.
And that means a fuck ton because I've played at the lowest and highest ranks of pretty much...
I've been a part of the competitive RTS scenes for StarCraft and Warcraft.
Nah!
I've been a part of FPS scenes. I've been part of...
Fuck off. If you played StarCraft, okay, and Warcraft, and you're coming in here and being like, PoE2 is mechanically challenging, dog, I don't know what MMR you were at, but there's no way. There's no way. Nah. we're missing the mark here with this criticism. I mean, I did know that like the second he said mechanically challenging, I knew I'm gonna overstress on that point.
MOBA scenes. You're talking about competitive PvP games. I cannot stand this community more than them.
Never mind. Sorry.
Like,
He's talking. To be fair, he's talking about the community aspect, which, I mean, I mean, it's so different. I don't think this is comparable.
This is the most negative, just pessimistic bunch of clowns.
It's
Any
so
grimy,
different.
disgusting competitive game you can think of. Talking Valorant, League, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, you name it. And even still, the level of just pure inability that these people have to be happy, positive, or even just provide an...
Okay, no way! No way you genuinely think that a League of Legends player, okay, as a Dota supremacist myself, you know, I don't even play League, but I would assume that League and Dota have a comparable amount of toxicity going on. Brother, I have never heard a League or a Dota player say that they like the game. Period. It's never happened. They're only ever angry, pissed off, and they're fucking addicted, so they can't quit. Like, straight up. That's the only thing that's happening there. There's no way that you're comparing this to PoE. Like, maybe if you're being super sensitive and you're taking everything that a streamer says like that. But again, I feel like there's so many things that people praise about PoE2. Undeniably. I mean, you can't deny that, like, the campaign is very interesting and fun and looks good. The game looks good. The game feels good. Like, I feel like that's something that people say frequently. That those are not criticisms of PoE2 coming from any of the people that I've seen in the clown montage, really. Especially when you've got DM and Rax in there. Like, come on. To be fair, DM is kind of a tourist when you think about it. I like DM. Did you read this guy's comment on his own vid? I mean, I would imagine the comment came after, right? So I'll read it after.
Ounce of criticism that is...
It's never criticism, by the way. They're just rage baiting their audience. Because if...
Captain Wax just gifted one sub.
Thank you, Captain Wax. Well, players also never have any legit criticism. PoE2 criticism mostly legit. I feel like, yeah. The people who are playing the game and they're criticizing certain elements of it in regards to PoE2. Again, maybe, listen, I don't consume that much PoE2 content. I could totally be cooked here. Like, maybe these guys are right. I just, you know, people consider me as, like, pretty negative in regards to things. And I really, and, you know, I'm kind of, in a way, you know, in my peak or whatever, as a PoE1 content creator, my brand was kind of, you know, complaining about the fucking game, right? So if I'm not getting a lot of that for PoE2, and I am complaining about the game a lot, I can't see how, like, Aziz would be so negative or whatever. Again, I'm not mentioning Rutu, because Rutu is literally a rage baiter. Like, that's his shtick. It's not... It's a for content thing. It's not actually what he cares about, I don't think. You know?
They said anything positive, right? If they're like, oh yeah, the sprint's actually good, their chat would be
This thing 03 is
but
the best
like,
thing ever.
Oh, this sprint is clunky. Their chat is just full of, yeah, dude, it's so bad, PoE2 bad. It's just like, when you're negative all the time and you've fostered these just pathetic and cringe communities, that's what they feed off of. You're gonna just feel forced to play into it, because whenever you're actually being constructive and nice, I mean, that's and fair. Reasonable, your audience isn't used to that. And
I think that's fair. They are. What is this? That's fair. I mean, for sure. Sometimes you definitely spiral, and sometimes you say a bunch of shit, chat goes woohoo, let's go, and you keep going, you know? For sure. I mean, it happens. I can see how if you witness something like that, you might be like, this entire community is cooked.
Don't know how to respond. As you can tell, I'm heated, guys. I'm heated.
But like the thing is too, people. There are no streams that are just like pure negativity. I mean, there's no way. Even Ruto's stream is just mostly we're having fun.
Of being a shithead is actually pretty mind-boggling. And now, before you head down to the comments and say, Vinny, but those were just campaign bosses you showed.
Thank you, Vinny.
Well, number one, those were some of the final bosses of the campaign.
I am dominating red maps right now with my Thorns build. I have killed Pinnacle bosses. I've already killed Citadel bosses.
Dude, that's gotta be an oxymoron. Like, I'm dominating Path of Exile 2 with my Thorns build. Let's discuss some mechanical skill. By the way, I'm the Thorns guy. Like, this is like, yeah, if Quinn were to talk about mechanical ability or something, it's like, dude, I don't know. I'm getting so hung up on this mechanical point. I think he's just mad, and he didn't actually, like, the same way that I think other people's take doesn't boil down to what they're describing, I think their take isn't boiling down to like what I'm describing, you know? But it's hard to be fair when, I don't know. It's so funny. That's just such a funny sentence. I mean, I also understand what they're saying, right? That like builds only get better. It's like I do get angry about that too. When you guys are talking about how like I'm saying I'm showing something that proves some kind of concept, and I'm showing like, hey, look, this works together. I can later on build this build up to be really good. And then somebody is like, oh my god, nice damage, tier 1 map, by the way, lol. It's like, yeah, because this is the final version of the build. I'm never going to improve it. It is pretty fucking frustrating. And to be fair, in the intro, I did say, wow, campaign bosses. So I'm one of those guys, I guess. But only for other people.
Is like, the game ain't that hard. You just have to take the time to learn it and find what builds work. These guys have put in 200 hours. They're, again, PoE2 tourists. They don't know how to navigate buildcraft. Anyone who's been playing PoE 2 for patch 0.1 and 0.2 for a reasonable amount of hours, we're navigating the patch just fine. We're all deep into red maps. We're fine. And we didn't have any problems in the campaign. It's only...
Dude, that's not the issue. The issue isn't that people can't play a good build. Everybody can just, I don't know, play whatever top build everybody knows about, okay? That's the reason why on softcore 90% of players above level 90 are Deadeye. That's not the problem. The issue is that if somebody's playing Deadeye and I want to shoot a spell, there's a pretty big difference there between those two things, and that's what's bringing out the frustration in people, that comparably you've got a lot less tools on certain sides of the skill tree or in certain types of archetypes. That's it. It's not that people can't play a good build. I could have hopped on some bullshit from the very start and just played that. I didn't want to play that because I'm playing a video game, and when I want to shoot a spell, I want to have the option to do so in a reasonable way without feeling like I'm wasting my time due to the fact that somebody else is like 400 times more powerful than I am. And the differences in PoE2 are genuinely that extreme. And yes, were people a little bit extreme at the start? One of the clips that were shown was of Waggle, who tested a lot of different like infusion setups and everything, and it didn't work, I think, in early mapping, and he got pissed off. And clearly there are a lot of like elemental builds, of course, but that's just him being frustrated. That's not him hating the game. Come on. This is such an unfair thing to say about these people.
These tourists that are struggling. Why? Because they don't know how to play the goddamn game.
Yeah, exactly. He vented in that moment. He was pissed off the same way that you're pissed off, bro. He didn't like mean it. Clearly he's playing and enjoying the game.
They haven't taken the time to learn the balance. They assume it's PoE1, where it's a fully fleshed out, balanced game where you can just do anything and fart your way to victory. This game ain't that. You gotta learn how shit works. And by the way, that's how I like it. I like that it's challenging. I like that I'm threatened to death and stuff. This is what I want. I don't want.
That's not challenge though. That's not choosing a build is not the challenge. If you were talking about a game that's supposed to be
I think it's worth contextualizing that all those clips came from one of the PoE clip channels that only clip farm, so all the context is just removed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a situation where these guys will watch like one of those clip channels and they're perceiving like it's a video where it's like PoE streamers hate PoE 03 or something, and they're condensing like a 14-hour stream into a 30-second clip, and this is their perspective on that human now, which, you know, that's a pretty Reddit-worthy take, but they're making it sound like it's a lot more grand than that, which, yeah, I don't know if it is.
This to be stepping towards PoE1. I love where this is at. I want it more balanced. I want the bugs fixed. I want more content, but sorry.
Everybody wants the same thing, dog. We're with you on this. Hello? You want the bug fixed. You want more balance. I think that's what people are talking about.
Sorry. Continue, Vin.
There has been a lot of bugs.
This video is being created in advance of when it's going to be posted to YouTube. So if somehow between T1 and T15 maps, which
you're continue, Vin. Go ahead.
Where I'll probably be when this video actually makes it to
Vin, stop.
YouTube.
Go ahead.
The game just turns on its head, and I'm not one-shotting my entire screen and killing bosses in 5 seconds. Then I'll make sure to let you guys know, or I just won't post this video at all. But
thanks, Vin.
99% of the clips.
Wait, what do you mean? Thanks, Vin. You should hate Vin. Vin is one-shotting the screen. Yeah, this is illegal. It's like PoE1. This is bad. You don't like that. I'm beginning to hate Vin. I like this guy now. I hate Vin. Vin, #1 enemy.
I showed with streamers dogging the game, they were still in the campaign as well. And finally, 3, you're kind of just a doofus because I don't know about your experience, but in my experience, my characters always get stronger, faster, and smoother the deeper into the game I progress. Not
crazy how that works. Like, you know, in PoE1, I just played 3.26 for the first time. My first return to PoE1 in like 5 years. I played a lot.
Listen, pre-watched. I don't want to say it, but I said it, okay? Sorry, guys. I leaked the script early. There it is, baby. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I mean...
The early access throughout several patches.
It really is like a type. It's just a type of person. Please continue, Thorns guy.
Eventually, just stopped liking the game for different reasons, like build creation cost reasons. But when I returned recently, from the beginning of the game, it is easy. There is no challenge. Everything works. All your skills just kill everything. There's no challenge. In this game, you have to actually build your character up, and you feel that progression over time. It is a very different experience. The average ARPG player, like Last Epoch and PoE1, and like they are not challenging games. The challenge comes from creating a build that's mathematically like min-maxed or finding creative combinations. But in terms of like mechanical skill, like this, ARPGs have never been very difficult to play. The difficulty comes in the build making, and yeah, sorry.
And PoE2 does that? I genuinely can't fathom. Okay, I like the mechanical element of PoE2. I thought PoE2 should have been a game that's going to be primarily focused on killing bosses and doing boss mechanics and all of these sort of things. But how can you genuinely think that PoE2 is more mechanically demanding in its early game than PoE1? I think I don't know if it's like he's tryharding in PoE2, so he takes into account like speed and effort and all of these sort of things, but he doesn't do that for PoE1 because he just doesn't care. I think it's one of those things. But if you're trying to go fast in PoE1 and you're trying to go fast in PoE2 in its early stages, I'm not talking campaign, I mean like early maps. I mean a campaign especially for sure. But like early maps, mid maps, early end game progression, you know, dude, it's not even close. It is not even close. There's no way. But if you don't care and yeah, you take like, you know, 8 hours to do the PoE1 campaign, then yeah, you're gonna fart your way through or whatever for sure. And honestly, I mean, the whole one-shotting thing and the game being easy is one of my biggest criticisms for PoE1. But again, it's not a... It's definitely not a mechanical issue when you're comparing it to PoE2.
I'm going to keep pausing, though.
Me too.
The opposite, and surprise, surprise, that's usually how ARPGs just kind of work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with that being said, I do just want to quickly clarify that not every streamer or viewer / chatter for that matter is fully guilty of this. I would say Darth Microtransaction and Rax are perfect examples here, where more often than not, they give actually constructive criticism.
Yeah, I was confused at the DM clip. I didn't realize, feel like he was like... I mean, DM clips end up in all of these trash clip channels anyway. I want to talk about the clip channels. They're all trash. I'm like... They just pick the worst clips always. They're like, when are one of you guys starting the positive clips channel? That's of all the people who are having fun playing this game, because that channel will do well eventually. But right now, like all these rage bait channels, they need to. I can't stand watching them. I can't stand watching them.
Yeah, then don't. But that's, you said it. It's a rage bait channel, bro. You literally said it yourself. People are just venting. People are just saying shit. They're frustrated. They don't hate the game, dog. Like, I don't know how else to put it. And to be honest, it is, no offense, okay? Again, I really like DM, but like, if we're talking about video game tourists, really? DM is gonna be the guy that you're gonna defend? You know, if we're talking about like fair criticism, DM is who you're gonna defend? I don't know. It's I guess I just don't see it that way.
They talk about good things and...
But yeah, what I was going to say is, Dia, like that clip didn't see bad, and for the most part, Rax always seems fine to me. I would have, like, sometimes these clips are taken out of...
Okay, dude, I hate how I have to preface. I like Rax a lot, but anytime I see Rax die or speak in any sort of way where he's, like, being frustrated, but he's, like, being himself at the same time, it is always cooked. He's always cooked. He's 100% of the time cooked. How are these the two people that you're defending? I don't know. Like, even, what was the... Gosh, what was it? It was so unreasonable. Even, like, the most latest... There was, like, a thing literally, like, a week ago. I can't remember if it was PoE1 or if it was PoE2. But he was so incredibly unreasonable about, like, a rip that he had. Maybe it was last year, but I can't remember. So it's like... I don't know. I feel like if you're just watching a clips channel, then yeah. But then if you're watching somebody's stream, and these are your conclusions... I feel like you really have to be ignoring like the positive things that a lot of other streamers say about PoE2. Again, especially if you like literally hate Ziz. Like this guy definitely hates Ziz.
You gotta watch out. His next video is going to be about you and how your hair ran away from the insane mechanical difficulty of PoE2. Bald.
I would argue all day, dude. Let's have a debate. How can you hate Ziz? Oh, you can definitely hate Ziz. Don't get me wrong. Just not for being a negative, like toxic streamer, you know? Like, what?
Context, I'd have to see what he was ranting about, but for the most part, I agree with him about DM. I mean, DM is the best.
Bad things within the same 3 to 5 minute period. They don't just downright shit on the game, you know, over and over again.
Yes.
And even some of the ones that are actually pretty bad aren't always this bad.
Yes.
In particular,
the ones, yes, there's always constructive criticism, usually, but when they come and play PoE2, there's no constructive criticism. It's only shit-talking.
Worst of it usually always happens.
Okay, I feel like he, like, the smile gives it, I feel like he has to be rage baiting. I think I'm losing. I mean, I'm not mad, but, like, I am getting rage baited, I guess. Like, there's no way that they genuinely think there's no... Like, even Rue gives constructive criticism. And he doesn't care to give it either. Most content creators actually are pretty reputation driven, I would say. So they do try to give constructive criticism, you know?
It's only shit talking.
Worst of it usually always happens right at the launch of a new league. I mean, when I woke up and watched the streamer clips, etc., I thought I was having a fever dream because it actually felt like I was right back at the launch of Dawn of the Hunt.
Yes, and I made a video just going over his entire rant. And I said they were going to do it again in 0.3. They're going to do it again in 0.4. Because guess what? This game's never going to be PoE 1. It's never going to turn into the game they want. And this is just going to happen.
That.
And we, the PoE 2 community,
hey, to be fair, some people do want it. I can't think of a streamer. Okay, I can't think of one streamer that wants PoE 2 to be PoE 1, and that's Steel Mage. Probably. But for the most part, I don't think so. I definitely think there's players who want that for sure. But like that's it, you know? Most people respect that it's a different experience. I don't know. I don't go to like Last Epoch and I'm like, make it more like PoE. If anything, I go to PoE and sometimes I go make it more like Last Epoch, you know, when it comes to crafting or whatnot. But either way, it's, yeah. TMH is having a fucking blast this patch, so yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, Steel is a good example of somebody who wants elements of PoE 1, but would he want just like the same game in the same sense? And I know that maybe that's not exactly what they're saying, but he do be wanting the more classic ARPG elements, right? More loot, more density, more build power, long-term progression, interesting end game, you know, long-term scaling, expensive items, economy, like, I don't know, these are normal ARPG things, and I can't really see how you would fault somebody who's playing an ARPG for wanting those things to go up. Am I personally a fan of a lot of those things? No. I would much rather prefer a much more bare bones game that, again, is much more focused on the gameplay element. But generally, ARPG players come for the experience of what, you know, PoE 1 tends to offer. And naturally, they're going to want those elements in PoE 2. That doesn't mean that they want the game to be PoE 2.
To start calling them out on their clown behavior. They're clowns. That's it. I can't stand them.
I feel like I already said everything. Y'all can't stand
me too. I'm annoying. Whatever.
There's no way I'm going to have a fresh take anymore.
Everybody and their mother was just slamming
but this video is still
PoE2, and ultimately GGG for how 50% bad the
duration.
Game is, how incompetent the developers are, and the best one of all was, oh my god, the Huntress is just absolutely useless, dog shit,
because they're bums, man.
Unplayable.
Okay. Stop. You are not telling me that people looked at the Huntress last patch and they thought that it's bad. You're not telling me this. It's who said this? Show me one clip, one anything. There's just no way. You're a bum, Raiz? Sure I am, but that's besides the point.
Garbage. And meanwhile, myself, Fubgun,
Nobody said that! Dude, this guy theory crafted a Fubgun?
and I don't know who all else, but I'm sure there were others.
Fubgun didn't even theory craft his own build, bro. What the fuck?
Had figured out the whole Lightning Spear plus Volt combo that literally just broke the entire game on day 2.
Why are you making faces? You're not happy. You don't want this. You're talking about balance and mechanical ability. Numbers bad. You don't want numbers. I hated that shit. You shouldn't like that. You're saying that's a bad thing. We know you don't want that in your game, you know? Because it's not our game. It's your game, dog.
Then following that was just countless other builds.
Why
that
does
came
he
out,
like it?
and
I don't understand. What is his point? Why does he like that? I don't like that. You know? But I can't deny that other people have fun with it. That's what people play ARPGs for. It's not why I play ARPGs for. But nonetheless, that's gonna exist.
ended up being unbelievably strong, and you know, the game felt more than fine. And I'm not saying the game's perfect, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they did make some patches back then that definitely...
This patch has a lot of problems. I'm already about to reroll to my next character because of the bugs in endgame. I keep having bosses not dropping loot. A lot of the mini citadels I can't get access to despite spending so much time running around them trying to find the way in. Sometimes boss entrance or boss rooms I can't get into. Sometimes boss rooms I can't get out of. I mean, ignoring the lack of new content that the endgame got and ignoring the tower rework we didn't get, the endgame is super buggy right now. The game's not in a great state, but I'm able...
Is this like part 2 or something? Did I switch to a different video? What's happening? I'm so confused.
Well, say all the good things I like about the game at the same time.
You see, this is the issue. You didn't say anything good in this video. You've only just now said all the negative things. I don't remember you saying anything fucking positive about PoE2 other than how it's a mechanically challenging game. I guess that's kind of a positive comment. What else was there?
Resubscribed for 29 months. No, you see, I have to like this update because I got the $500 supporter pack when the game launched.
That makes sense. I like how you had a stroke there at the end. See, this is the issue that, like, yeah, if people are voicing negative things, unfortunately, yeah, it draws attention for good or for bad, you know. Any publicity is good publicity, I guess. And that's what you're gonna see. And if, you know what, if you got clipped, if this entire video was a stream, maybe it was, and you got clipped in it, you know what clip is making it into the clips channel? It was what you just said, dog. How the game sucks, essentially. It's not in a good state, I think he summarized it. That's just how it works. But nobody's gonna look at you and be like, you hate PoE2, you toxic bum, you clown.
Sprint. How I'm loving the weapon swap changes. How I'm loving the changes to Witch Hunter.
This would have been clipped out.
Thorns uniques and items and itemization changes. And the passive tree is amazing now too. I'm able to do all these things at the same time. But for some reason, it's only hate from these people. These things and itemization, loving the change at the same time. How I'm loving Sprint. How I'm loving the...
Okay, there's definitely people criticizing Sprint. I can see that.
Weapon swap changes. How
I don't think anybody went, I hate these weapon swap changes.
I'm loving the changes to Witch Hunter and all of these...
I don't think anybody looked at Witch Hunter. Actually, I mean, people were kind of negative about Witch Hunter. I mean, I don't think people were saying that Witch Hunter is bad. People were just saying that, like, you can't really utilize it as much as some of the other classes. But to be honest, maybe people were saying that Witch Hunter is bad.
New Thorns uniques and items and
He likes the Thorns. I don't think anybody is like Thorns is bad for the game, you know? Most people were like, even Quinn can play now.
Itemization changes and the passive trees.
I don't hear anybody who doesn't like the itemization changes. Most people are praising crafting, praising all of the new items. They're really liking the Keystone shit. Like, people are liking the same stuff you're liking, and they're disliking the same stuff you're disliking. You're in alignment with the toxic bumps.
Amazing now too. I'm able to do all these things at the same time, but for some reason, it's only hate from these people.
Might help the quality of life, and the game ultimately has tons of issues. But let's just be objective and honest with ourselves for a second. There is a reason that PoE2 is the most popular ARPG to ever exist that wasn't created by Blizzard, and this will probably come as a shock.
Okay, why did you just exclude the Blizzard part, though? Such a disingenuous thing to say. So we're gonna use numbers as an example of how good the game is, right? More players equals better game, but we're also going to exclude Blizzard because, you know, clearly Diablo is a bad game and it doesn't align with our argument. Like, come on, that's a bit unfair. It's, you know, I don't think more players equals good game, dog. I don't think that's what's happening here. It could be happening, you know, but if you're going to be making that argument, you have to include Diablo and you have to go Diablo 4 good game because it's got more players. It's that simple.
But it's not because the game sucks or because the game has horrible balance.
Tell us,
It's
Vin.
because the game is actually well on its way to becoming an absolute masterpiece. I mean, a lot of the pieces of the puzzle are already there, especially when it comes to the thematics, atmosphere, music design, gameplay feel, campaign. I mean, I could go on and on.
No, because D4 has shitty retention. D4 can have shitty retention for the next 20 years and it will still be a bigger game than Path of Exile 2. So, again, you can't use player numbers as an example of literally anything, okay? Like, clearly, I mean, the thing is, too, that clearly Path of Exile 2 has a different focus. It wants a lot of new players, has a large focus on the campaign. It introduces you to a lot of things really early, and it's seemingly of trying to avoid bloat the same way that it was introduced in PoE 1 by pretty early on taking things away rather than continuously adding them. Like, it's clear that they're trying to make a game for more people, which naturally will increase the amount of players. And also, yeah, it's a really great experience early on, and most people experience the early stages of a patch, you know? I don't think, I mean, to be honest, I could be wrong, but I don't think PoE2's retention, despite being a much hotter commodity than, you know, this 14-year-old Path of Exile 1, I don't think PoE2's retention is like, you know, all that different in terms of player numbers. As far as I can tell, you know, 4 months later or whatever, this is, yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty normal. Look, retention pretty normal. 245,000 players down to, you know, even what month is this? September 1st. Boom, even like here you've got like 12, 15k players, okay, a month out. Like, is Path of Exile really that different? And people fucking hate PoE 1 right now. Like, literally, people have been super hating. I mean, I say right now, but I mean, because of the updates and everything, you know, and what was happening with that dude. Look at how fucked this is. Like, I don't know. To be honest, even in a... Oh, this was the race. Sorry. That's not even... That was... Prussia. So this doesn't even count. Like, it looks pretty samey, dude. 200k players down to 14, 15k. I mean, it looks like better retention than PoE 2. You know, 165k peak. So much smaller peak, much higher retention, you know? And this is when people consider PoE 1 bad. So, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I do think that PoE 2 is tracking to be one of the best ARPGs of all time. I genuinely believe that. But it depends who it's an ARPG for. Like the way that fuck me, that must have been loud for you guys. The way that people loved Diablo 4 when that game came out, you know, and the way that it like plummeted eventually. It was just not a game that was meant to last. I think PoE2 is a game that's going to be to last, and for that reason, it's a game that I will enjoy a lot more than somebody else who maybe just wants to get through the campaign and isn't going to like the end game, you know, the way that people didn't in like it's, I don't know, I think it just makes sense, you know?
About what this game does so well, but it is still being held back, of course, primarily with issues surrounding the end game experience, build diversity, etc., you know, things of that nature. But even the problems it has are still nowhere near overcoming everything it does just so well. Now, at this point, you're probably asking...
I mean, that's well said. Again, I say this all the time. The game looks like it's a finished product, and it plays better than most finished products. But it is very much an early access game. These patches show that. The amount this game changed in this patch, from the gem system overhaul to all the new...
Dude, I don't even know what else they can... It's just... We all agree. Everybody agrees. Yeah, maybe Rutu disagrees. Or, like... Ventura, you know, that's
passives.
We're with you, dog.
Swap, like this game, at its fundamental levels, is
what do I do to become a PoE2
enjoyer? Still doesn't even know what they want to do at the fundamental level. Why? Because it's unfinished. It's in early act. The fundamental levels is still the weapon swap. Like this game, at its fundamental levels, is still changing. GGG still doesn't even know what they want to do at the fundamental level. Why?
Exactly. And that's where frustration comes from. Because nobody hates GGG. Nobody hates PoE2.
Because it's unfinished. It's in early access. It's not done. But for the aspects of it that are finished, you can see the direction it's going in. You can project that it's going to be a masterpiece. The problem with the game right now is with all of the A, lack of content, and B, the balance is not there yet. But we've seen that they can balance an ARPG before with PoE1. So, like, these people just need to not play this game in early access anymore, but their careers depend on it. They are financially required to play PoE2 or they won't be able to live anymore. So, they're going to play it, and then they're going to rage about it, and then they're going to fuck off again because they're tourists. Sorry, I'm so heated, guys.
Asking yourself,
I don't even want to rant about this, because it's always like the deluded content creators who are like, I've never worked in this industry in my life, but allow me to tell you, person of 10 years of experience, how content creation works. All you gotta do is this and that. And that's really all that it takes. And it's like, dude, you know, maybe. But no, I don't think anybody's dependent on this, just so we're clear. There really aren't any PoE2 content creators, and if there would be that are like dependent on it to actually live, I don't know, they would probably take the MBX extreme way out, you know, unfortunately, because again, it's just not there. I can see how somebody is like trying to become a content creator in the future, like Talkative Try, for instance. Like, he's an example of somebody who kind of blew up, right? And who's doing all these things. That guy's making fuck all money. His life isn't dependent on it because he's not relying on it for financial gain yet. Maybe in the future, sure, but he's not somebody who exists as a content creator in the now and they have to go play that game, you know? Like, most prominent PoE1 players like Ben can go fuck off and play PoE1, and it's really not gonna affect his bottom line. Again, I can't think of like one content creator that makes more money or like blows up or even grows his channel through PoE2 other than the people who already are at the top. You know, like, yeah, are they growing their shit further? Sure. But are those people that are dependent on it? Like, who are we talking about? Like, Quinn? Quinn can quit streaming 5 years ago, and he's gonna be have infinite money for the rest of his life. Like, I don't know. So you're trying to say that there are not a bunch of streamers that play PoE2 mostly because it attracts a shit ton of views on League Start. I mean, again, I'm sure that happens. I'm sure it contributes to the way that they enjoy or don't enjoy the game. But it also, I don't think, other than at the very top, it affects their bottom line. The people at the top, sure, it affects their bottom line. But there's simultaneously the people who don't give a fuck about money. I mean, they care about money for sure. But like, it doesn't affect them. It's a bigger number on their account is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't change their life in any capacity, okay? And yes, are those people benefiting? For sure. But if you're somebody who's like a PoE1 content creator and you're barely making it, you're trying to like earn enough money to continue to function because you're earning, I don't know, $1,000 a month and you have all these expenses and whatever. Like, the thought that you're going to come over to PoE2 and suddenly you're going to be making 2,000 or even 500 is just not real. It's like the fucking... I'm going back to it. What is the thing? This is the same thing that people were doing with Lost Ark when it came out. And the fucking... where is that comment? This is like the last time that I went to Reddit because of it. What is it? It's like, this thought just makes no sense. LeMayo, that is not why Raiz stopped playing PoE. Lost Ark money greater than PoE money, and a lot of the OG PoE streamers are either halfway out the door or have already left. Raiz and Noogie have been looking for a new game ever since the Harvest Manifesto 3 years ago. And I asked him, quick question, since you seem to be a bit of an expert, how do you think having 1/3 of the viewers earns me more money on Lost Ark? Looking forward to your response. Can't wait to be a millionaire. There were no pre-existing Lost Ark content creators. People that moved over there were just interested in the fucking game. And the second that this guy becomes confronted on the reality of the situation, of course, he goes, first of all, I'm not attacking you. If my post conveyed that, I'm sorry. Out of all the issues PoE has right now, you're not one of them. Like, out of all the streamers, I actually like, fuck off. Like, it's always the same fucking ass garbage, you know? But people hold all these strong opinions about the way that these things work and all this. I don't know. I understand where it comes from and it makes sense to people, but trust me, there's nobody who's like, I can't pay my bills this month. I'm gonna go stream PoE2 to be a millionaire. Like, this shit ain't happening, dog. I don't know. It's just not real. And even if it does happen, it doesn't happen for the 99.999% of people.
Okay,
that's all
so
I'm
who
saying.
Who cares if some of the big streamers are super negative towards the game at the beginning of a new league? Well, as far as
it matters, man. It matters. Like, there's so many people that come into my chat or into my YouTube comments that say, everywhere I go has just been like, I was playing the game and having fun, and then I got on Twitch and it's just pure negativity, and I finally found a place where it's just not shitting on the game nonstop. It's so goddamn pathetic.
Okay, you guys have to tell me this because I don't watch streamers. Are streamers genuinely like, this game's so shit, and then their chats are like, I fucking hate this and everything? Is that really 100% sometimes? Yeah, kinda. No, 100%, somewhat, not really. Sometimes, yes. Like, I would interpret that as, you know, yeah, people are venting their frustrations, but it's mostly memes. Like, I really rarely see people take this shit that seriously, you know? And I understand that that might affect perception and whatnot, but yeah, maybe I just don't know how this looks like on other people's channels. Like, I'm fucking pretty negative, and I really don't feel like I see that in my channel. Yeah, people will say this sucks, or I have so, like, people like fucking Benji. Benji literally hates PoE2, and he's in this bitch posting, and it's just memes, you know? Like, like, it's not, I don't think he actually cares. Like, he's just memeing, right? God, dude. It's more than that, Raiz. If you like the game, even if you are negative, Some streamers hate the game and still play it. I don't know. I think I just have a weird perspective on this because I've always gotten those comments. You know, the if you hate Path of Exile so much, why do you keep playing it? You know, I'm like literally on Path of Exile podcast episode number 70, where I'm discussing the game that I've played for 30,000 hours over the last 10 years. And I'm getting daily comments of like, why do you keep playing if you hate the game? And it's like, am I doing something wrong? Is this like a perception thing? Are people just rushing to a conclusion? Is this what's happening with these people? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking, that might be happening. And this is just like a guy commenting on it. I have no idea. I think I just don't know about these things. I think I'd have to watch other people's channels to really see if people are genuinely toxic. And the thing is too that even if they are, and even if this is happening, if you're making this argument about like good, more numbers, good, you know, we're forgetting Diablo 4, fuck them. Who cares? Like, is this really affecting GGG? 95% of players don't even look at any of this stuff. That's why they're enjoying the game, right? That's why player numbers are looking the way that they're looking, because I don't know. I don't think people like the normies care. And then especially if we have like Deadeyes, you know, 90% of the ladder above level 90 is Deadeye, and people do care. Clearly, those people are enjoying themselves enough to play a large amount of time. Like whenever I go to any video game review on Steam and I see this game sucks, this is the worst game I've ever played in my life, and at the time of this review, person posting the review has 10,000 hours, and it's like, dude, this guy's fucking crazy. I mean, just ignore his opinion. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Who cares? You know? And yeah, sometimes content creators will rage bait and they will say things. Oh, they're just Van. They'll be human, right? They'll complain about shit. It just happens. It makes sense. For the example, at League Start, MP's group was absolutely unbearable to watch. Literally every 10 seconds, someone's bitching about something. You can't say it's all just memes, but he just gets amplified by having 6 people do it constantly. It becomes pure hate. When MP's solo, he's pretty chill about positives and negatives of the game, but that shit before was unwatchable. Yeah, I mean, I can see how in a group environment, something like that would be like that. But I mean, I think that's the dynamic of the group, right? It's just, yeah. Like, I think too, when I play with other people, even in a game like Dota, you know, even recently, like where I was playing with Sing and Aresden and all of those homies, like people are pretty negative about the game, but the group dynamic wasn't negative at all, or anything like that. So I think it just depends on the way that people approach it. But then, for instance, if whenever I was playing with Alkaiser, yeah, all we would do is bitch and cry for sure. I mean, at least me. Alkaiser actually is pretty positive, oddly enough, in Dota, you know?
It's because some of them literally took leave from their day job to play together, but the game constantly crashed, lagged, infinite loads screened them.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If your criticism of the game is based off of those sort of issues, I don't know. I think that's just flawed logic in my eyes. That's frustrating, right? Like, you'll vent, you'll get angry, but at the same time, me seeing that would be, this person is angry, not this person is toxic and they hate the game. Like, Last Epoch is a perfect example of that. That game is so buggy that it borderline ruins the game. And in every single season, they do that. Every single season, I can't play a character that has like tens, if not hundreds of bugs. And I'm not talking small bugs or anything like that. I'm talking about my character, I pick up a node on the passive tree and it doesn't work, and now my character deals half damage type of shit. But the game is telling me that it does something and then it doesn't do it. That stuff that drives me crazy, And when it's a pattern of that stuff, I can see how now you are making a call that Last Epoch is having this issue and therefore I don't like it. I don't think this is the norm for Path of Exile 2 at all, for the game to be buggy and crashing and being a terrible launch. Personally, I had a very nice launch. I'm experiencing a lot more issues now. There's definitely a lot more bugs in this patch in particular than in any patch before. I didn't crash once. I didn't disconnect once. I didn't have any of those sort of issues. But I'm having problems now. Am I going to be frustrated about those things? Sure, but am I going to say, like, this game sucks now because of it? I don't think so. It's an early access game that's, you know, making a lot of changes, therefore having a lot of issues. I don't know. It just makes sense, no?
That's probably the worst time for them to do it.
PoE 1 has been like this for years, man. Oh, dude, it's not even comparable. Like, Last Epoch and PoE 1 in terms of bugs and issues. PoE 1 definitely has problems sometimes. Bigger or smaller, but typically, even if it's like a bigger issue, it gets fixed pretty quickly. I really wouldn't compare it to PoE2 problems or like... Especially Last Epoch is just... There's more bugged stuff than non-bugged stuff, you know?
Yes.
Let me paint you a picture here real quick.
Yeah.
Just imagine that you're a fairly average player who has a few hours a day to play games, and you're thinking about whether or not you want to try out the new league.
That's true.
Maybe on your break at work or your drive home, you slap on one of your favorite streamers and ask them for their opinion on the patch, and they just ruthlessly shit all over it. But then, not only that,
but do people do that? I mean, seriously. Like, I can see a streamer saying that, I don't know, for the 10th time somebody's asking, like, how's the patch? And they say, it's bad, you know? But if they were to flesh out their opinion, I don't think that's what they would say. But I totally get it, and I agree with what Vinny is saying. Because I would absolutely agree that was the case for PoE 1 when the whole 90% less loot thing happened. PoE suddenly stopped being, like... If you were to talk on a random Twitch chat about PoE, it stopped being, I played PoE, I really like that game. And it started being, ooh, PoE sucks now, PoE is dog, PoE this, PoE that. And realistically, it didn't really affect player numbers all that much, but it really felt like this game is turning to shit. You know, GGG was doing all these emergency podcasts and they're really trying to save the thing. It was like a huge PR move and everything. So I can absolutely see how these sort of things can influence it. But I mean, I don't even know if that's not something that's just unavoidable. I think, you know what, I think I'm just privileged. Because I want to say, if other people are telling you what to do and what not to do when we're discussing, you know, playing a video game, then you're already cooked. But I think it's just coming from the fact that I have all the time in the world to play a video game and other people don't. So I can see how somebody enjoys a content creator and they rely on their opinion for like whether or not they're going to commit time to playing something in particular, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I'm interested in a game, I couldn't care less about other people's opinions. I exactly agree, but you know, some people do, and it does hurt GGG if there's a content creator who's shitting on the game and there's somebody that sees that and now that person doesn't, you know, play the game, they don't buy a stash tab. There's less money going into GGG. GGG is making less content. You're playing the game less, like all these sort of things are happening, you know? So like, yeah, I mean, I agree with them in this regard. It is challenging.
At the same time, they're laughing and smiling in between.
But at the same time, I think, yeah, if somebody's doing a 14-hour stream of playing Path of Exile 2, and then somebody comes into the channel and they're like, do you like this patch? And they go, no. I think I would reference the 14-hour stream time more than I would actually listen to the opinion of the streamer who just said the bad patch or something, PoE2 bad, right?
between these moments. They just...
The guys that play the game 12 plus hours a day and should in theory be blasting through the campaign, making it look
you my
pretty
PayPal
easy,
later,
but then you
Ghoulish.
see them
Or send me the
struggling
PayPal later.
Yes, they're struggling. They're
Hey, Janet.
struggling. These are supposed to be the best players in the game. Why aren't they in red maps already? I'm in Waystone 15s with Thorn.
Dog, if you think Jungrown with your build can't fucking blast your butthole open, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's not the problem. We both know it ain't the problem, okay? The problem is not that. It's not.
A goofy meme build. Aren't these guys supposed to be the pros? No, because they're tourists. They don't play PoE2. They haven't taken the time to learn it. Most of what they're complaining about isn't complaints when you actually know how to navigate build crafting in this game. Like, it isn't that bad.
It isn't that bad, though? How dare they complain about Path of Exile 2? The game isn't perfect. The balance is trash. The bugs are ruining everything. There's no end game. The crafting doesn't work. But despite all those things, it's on its way to become a masterpiece soon. This is... You can do all these things? The game is not that bad. Come on, man. I love this guy now, you know? We have the same opinion.
Kill white mobs in Act 3.
I've never
and now
agreed
the
with
chances
anybody
that
more than this
average
guy.
player decides to just skip out on this league altogether
Yeah,
is
they're
for
not.
all intents and purposes,
They're gone.
100%.
They're gone.
Because surely, if your favorite streamer who plays the game for their job is struggling, then how are you going to have fun when you've got a few hours a day at best? So yeah, I don't know. I could go on forever about the negative effects this type of stuff
Yes,
has on
man, it's
games,
awful,
but ultimately
dude.
the proof is definitely in the pudding. Go look on Reddit, go look on any
It's pathetic, dude. It's
PoE2 clips channel, and it's just filled.
Every PoE2 clips channel, dude. They're all disgusting, man. I can't.
Dude, you said Abyss is overtuned, and this is an example of what you guys are gonna use as like PoE2 actually doesn't have any problems. Really? This boss and this person being frustrated about an extremely overtuned boss that even GGG emergency patched and still admits is overtuned. This is your example of the game has no issues? Come on, man. It doesn't make sense. What else is there? There's too many. It posted it too many.
That's on
Man,
games,
awful,
but ultimately
dude.
the proof is definitely in the pudding. Go look on Reddit.
Fuck. I'm too
That's
slow.
on
I'm
games,
not
but
mechanically
ultimately
skilled
the
enough.
Proof is definitely in the pudding. Go look on Reddit.
Got it. Boom. Mechanically improved, baby. Reaction times of a god.
Hushik just
Thanks, Hushik.
resubscribed for 62 months.
This new act content is pretty much the only fun thing about this patch. That's negative? Okay. It feels like spells have only gotten worse since launch. That's not true either. When you compare the average user playing Archmage Spark and the emergency patch Comet and cast on cast on cast on cast, this is somehow like a negative comment. This isn't constructive feedback. Like, the dev that designed Carry Crossing map needs to chill. So toxic. I mean, I've never seen anything more toxic. He called the developer what? He said the who? The sprint experience so far. Okay, I kind of want to watch this clip. Can't wait to try new builds on launch. Meanwhile, top 20. Yeah, but this person is cooked though. And also, you yourself agreed. Both of them, both him and him said that build diversity and balancing needs work. That's all these people are saying. They're not being toxic. Also, nice 0 comment thread, just by the way. You know?
Go look on any
it's pathetic, dude. It's
PoE2 clips channel, and it's
Oh, yo, you got that? Shit. Hit me up, baby. True. Why the fuck do you get stunned when you run into walls, too? Dude, it's crazy. Man, as far as constructive criticism and all, I genuinely wonder, because he mentioned that sprint is one of the things that he likes the most about this patch. I genuinely wonder if you were to ask him, should sprint remain in the game in the state that it's in right now? There is zero chance that he would say yes 100%. This is how sprint should work in Path of Exile 2 forever. It's perfect. There's no way they would say that. Nobody is saying, I don't like sprint. People are saying, I don't like getting stunned for 6 seconds when I get hit, and I don't like getting stunned for 3 seconds when I hit a wall. That's it. Nobody's saying, I don't like running faster. Nobody's saying that.
It's just
every PoE2 clips channel, dude. They're all disgusting, man. I can't stand watching any of them. I don't watch them, and anytime like I'm watching like Rabbit stream and he's
This guy hit me for 3.5k damage after the nerf, by the way, in the campaign. Just saying, okay. After the nerf, he hit me with an instant ability for 3.5k damage after the nerf. I can't believe that this is on the screen right now as we're talking about like things that don't need to change in Path of Exile 2.
Acting to them, I have to
There's
close
no
out of them.
way.
They're freaking terrible, man.
Filled
There's
with
no
negativity,
way.
and it would be one thing if it was 100% warranted, like the game was just genuinely dog shit, but it's clearly not.
It's not.
So it's kind of a shame because the game really deserves more credit, especially if you try and put yourself in the shoes of the developers. They just...
I don't even know what to say for GGG because, like, you know, like every time Mark's on stream, he's like, "Yeah, we fucked up. I'm sorry. Like, we'll do better next time." Like, he actually, like, this shit makes him feel bad. But like, this patch, what they did right, everything they.
There's no way. When did Mark? I mean, I can see Jonathan doing that, but Mark's definitely said like we fucked up or that was a mistake. For sure. He's sitting there and growling, I'm sorry. Oh, like they don't fucking do that. Nobody. Mark is not crying. We do not need to call Mark. I mean, Jonathan. Yeah. But I mean, Jonathan. Okay, I'll give you an example of like Jonathan as a human being. Okay. After ExileCon 2, from the start. At the first ExileCon, there was an ExileCon card game where you would go around, there would be different developers around the convention, they would have different shirts, and they would have different bosses, and there would be like crafting stations and all these different things, and you would play this card game while you were at the convention between different talks and whatever you wanted to watch, and it took so much time to grind it out that only one person got a Mirror of Calandra. Because you needed to defeat all these bosses, you needed to get all these different attributes. I think Jonathan was Shaper or something. And then Chris Wilson was whatever, the Omega Uber boss was at the end of it. And it was just a fun little game that everybody enjoyed playing. So at ExileCon 2, GGG did the same thing. But you know who was responsible for balancing that game so that more people got a Mirror of Calandra and a Headhunter and all these things at the end of the game to just be more interesting? It was Jonathan. Jonathan was the person responsible for balancing the card game. And you know, after the convention, where at the end of it, I think there were 53, I want to say, Mirrors of Calandra or something like that, and like 200 Headhunters. You know, there was a party at Jonathan's house, and we were all sitting around the fire about 10 minutes into the party, and the first thing that Jonathan said to anybody was, I can't believe that I messed up the balancing on the card game so badly. And then he proceeded to have a 30-minute monologue as there were 15 people around the fire about how he should have done this instead of that to make sure that the outcome of this would have been that. He's just that guy. He cares about this stuff. It's his passion. It's interesting to him. He does take it personally, but it motivates him to work better and improve things. Like, looking at it as Jonathan is crying and not Jonathan just wants to do the best job that he can do and the thing that he cares about the most is cooked as fuck, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely people who push this way too far. You know, I've done that in the past myself. A lot of content creators have been, guilty of it. You know, I had to apologize to Neon personally, even though he actually, that was kind of funny. I felt a little bit stupid because at that same party, if you guys don't remember, once upon a time, I did a podcast with Mark and they basically Delirium, and in the trailer, they showed a bunch of exploding mobs on death explosions. And during the podcast, I was like, hey, it seemed like in the thing there was a lot of exploding mobs, and Jonathan said, nah, it's all good, dog. And then guess what, Delirium was like all exploding mobs and it was super annoying. And I said, in a deep bout of frustration as I got hit for 90% of my HP, we have a command of it so I don't have to show a clip. I said, where is it? Which one is it? This one?
That's some bullshit, dude.
No, that's not it. Which one is it? Is it a big one? This?
It's fucking shit. It's trash.
I said that, okay? I said Neon was blah, 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 blah. And it's fucking shit. It's trash. That's what I said. And probably like 3 years later, or maybe something like that, this party happened that I just talked about Jonathan. And at that party, after having interacted with him all day and the previous ExoCon and everything, I walked up to Mark and I said, hey, sorry about that one comment. That one time I was really frustrated. And he went, what comment? And I said, you know, that time when we did the podcast and I talked about Delirium, how it was shit, and you guys baited us with the whole on death thing. And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never had a problem with anything you've said. And I went, oh, and that was the conversation, okay? Like, they don't give a fuck, okay, dog? Like, they literally don't care. But don't be a path of math, continuing to what I said before. And yeah, probably don't call Chris Wilson, a bold retard or whatever else that guy called him. Because that's probably a little bit too far, just ever so slightly, right? But clearly, I think we can distinguish, a normal human being from path of math. I think we can tell the difference, yeah.
Added, it's so great. Yes, when you do this big of a balance overhaul, we have passive changes across the trees. We have an insane sweep with the support gems. Being able to stack them is a huge balance overhaul. There's going to be holes in some builds.
True.
Some builds are not going to be perfect enough.
I agree.
That's what, but
we all agree,
it's an early
dog.
access game. You have to expect these things, and if you're not emotionally mature,
this guy's a fucking tourist. How dare he have the same take as me, an actual tourist? I barely even play this game. Look at this shit. Fucking how many hours? Where is this trash? 400 hours? I'm a motherfucking look at this. People don't even know that I fucking where is it? That I play Dota, and I've got fucking 8,000 hours in this game. You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't even play Path of Exile 1. You've all been tricked. I've never played this game in my life. So if this guy has the same fucking opinion as I do about PoE2, then we're both tourists. He just lost.
Sure enough, some builds are not going to be perfect enough. That's what, but It's an early access game. You have to expect these things. And if you're not emotionally mature enough to be able to handle that, please fuck off.
If you're not emotionally mature enough to comment about a video game, please fuck off, said the mature person who's repeatedly saying how he's extremely angry, heated, pissed off, and he can't take it, and he's been boiling about it for the last 6 months, thinking about making a video every day. If you're not mature enough, by the way, make sure to not publicly comment. Like, listen, dude, you got some good criticism, but I don't know. The emotional maturity comment is about as potent as, you know, Diablo 4 good because big player number.
Fuck off. Just go. Stop playing this game until 1.0. You're not able to handle an early access game. You're just a baby.
Spent months working their ass off to get this massive content update out, fully aware of the fact that the community's initial reception of it is extremely important. And then a lot of the biggest content creators are just dumping on it.
I mean, I am being unfair, though, to be honest. He is doing the same thing, right? Like, we're just joking. I hope that you guys recognize that we're just joking around, okay? I think if you've been mad for 6 months, like, yeah, you're going to say some shit. I mean, fuck. Sometimes I'm mad for 2 seconds and I say some shit. But it's nonetheless funny.
The first 24 hours. And you can't really...
Not even with that, dude. They were crying when Clearfell about Sprint.
Come back.
And I love Sprint. I think Sprint's one of the
That's
best
when you
editions,
would
if not
cry.
the best edition for this. As someone who's speed leveling, I just started my 2nd character. I'm flying through the campaign with Sprint. It's amazing.
It's just like, boom.
But that is when you would complain, man. I complained about Sprint immediately. I fucking clicked it. I had no idea how to use it. The controls are super weird because when you're using WASD and you're holding down the keys, then your character is like turning, but it's super floaty. But then when you let go of WASD, your mouse takes over, and now you're controlling your character with your mouse while you're using WASD and holding down spacebar, and it's seamless. And if you press a button, it interrupts the way that you control it. So of course, I got hit by 2 mobs. I fell down. I ran into a wall, and I went, "What the fuck is this shit? I hate this shit. What did they do?" And then as I continue to play and as I continue to learn, I'm like, you know what? I really like this. I really like that about it. Those would be the moments that you would complain about this sort of shit. But how can you then take that person and be like, yeah, this is like that human. Like, his opinion about Sprint in the first 2 seconds of using it is his opinion forever, you know? This guy is 100% right. All the morons complaining are just negative about literally everything. That's the difference, though. They're not negative about everything. They're negative about some things. The same way that these guys, both of them complaining about Path of Exile in this video, are not negative about everything. They were negative about some things. It makes sense, no? Right? I do agree with you, though. The patch is a good step in the right direction. Yeah, I would say so. You know what the worst part I think about this patch is? That the longer crafting is happening and the more people are making good items and all of these sort of things, I think GGG is going to look at that and they're going to go, this reminds us of that one patch in Path of Exile where people were making tomatoes and shit in their backyard. Maybe we need to cut back on this. And you know what the player reaction is going to be about it? They're gonna be mad because fun detected, baby. And yeah, they're gonna complain. And maybe they're gonna even say the patch 0.4 is a step in the wrong direction. Because I think GGG, you know, are treating the video game like a video game. And they're gonna look at some elements of 0.3 and they're gonna go, step in the wrong direction. Makes sense. Nature of the beast.
Without them even having time to get a single decent patch out to address some of the issues, they've already lost some significant portion of their player base for the rest of the league.
And we need players right now to test these builds, to get feedback, to get them balanced up. Like, treating this like it's a finished product, like, well, I guess I'm not going to waste my time this week.
I'm literally watching this video to take a mental break from the 10-hour QA that I did for GGG literally yesterday, only for them to 100% have watched the stream and during the patch announcement completely modify the way that my build functions. Like, I literally was testing so much. I'm doing a mental break right now, dog.
Like, you're wasting your time by not helping out with the game. If you want these builds better, like, okay, not everyone, of course, is trying to actively improve the development of the game, but
wait, what did you say?
And we need.
They've already lost some significant portion of their player base for the rest of the league.
And we need players right now to test these builds, to get feedback, to get them balanced up. Like, treating this like it's a finished product, like, well, I guess I'm not going to waste my time this league. Like, you're wasting your time by not helping out with the game. If you want these builds better, like, okay, not everyone, of course, is trying to actively improve the development of the game, but the reason you're playing an early access game is because the developers themselves are saying, hey, this is an unfinished product, and we need your feedback to help balance it and make it better.
Yeah.
That is what you are signing up for when you play an early access game. You are playing a game that's not done. That's literally what the devs are telling you.
That's
and
what
you
we're
have
saying.
to help them make it better. And if you're not mature enough to handle that,
and that's once again not even including the people
that is
who just
happening
decided to
indeed.
not play
We
at all
agree
because of the negative sentiment that they saw online.
I feel like he stopped talking because he's like, dude, these still frames are so good. Fuck you. Like, I feel like he stopped talking because he's like, wait. Did I just say out loud literally exactly what's happening? That's like completely contradicting my entire argument in the last 23 minutes of this video? Uh-oh.
That's once again not even including the people who just decided to not play it at all because of the negative sentiment.
This guy does look like Shandayman a little
they
bit.
could be playing my Thorns build too, because my Thorns build's great. Everyone who's playing the Thorns build's having fun.
I don't want to play your Thorns build. It ain't fun for me. I want to shoot a fucking spell. I want to, you know what I want to do? Here it comes. Here we go. The most complicated thing that you could ever do in any RPG, and this is my feedback. No video game has ever done that. Here it comes. I want to be able to, in Path of Exile 2, and this might take a while to explain, but I'll try to get through
This tourist so proud of his Thorns build that literally Matilda played last League 2.
Here we go. Oh man, I don't know what time. Do we have the time for me to explain this? Okay, so I don't want to play Thorns. I want to take a fire skill, like maybe Fireball, and shoot it. And it goes, hit the mob, and then the mob is on fire, and he goes sleepy time.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Okay?
Spit it out, baby.
It's crazy. I know. And you know what? When I do that, I want the numbers to be high enough so I don't have to convert that to chaos and use 8 different skills and do all of this different bullshit. Most importantly, I don't want to equip a support gem that gives me 10 times the damage of my fireball, but it's physical damage because GGG didn't look at a number. And now I'm playing a physical build, but I'm using fireball to proc it because somehow the life cost thing is just 10 times better than on a singular support gem than the base damage of my ability. That's what we're talking about. That's what's frustrating. I don't want to play Thorns. I want to shoot a fireball and the mob goes, I'm on fire now, goodbye. That's the issue. That's what people don't like. That's what they're having a problem with. The build diversity and how all of these things, a lot of these things are unfinished, as you've pointed out yourself, the kind sir. Thank you so much for that insight. That's all that's happening. Let's go.
Because they listen to Ziz.
And ultimately, I'm of the belief
Ziz called out again. He
Thorns
hates
build
Ziz.
Too, because my Thorns build.
because of the negative sentiment.
Dude, Ziz is not even like I don't even. Why does he hate Ziz so much? Fuck. Just know how the fuck you look at numbers of base damage skills and there are 10, 15 times difference of different skills. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be honest, like when it comes to gems, I can understand how you can mess up on certain numbers for sure. Especially if we're talking, again, early access. They're going to be focusing on the campaign. They're going to be focusing on things. And especially since at GGG, you know, they kind of do have an opinion of everybody does everything, right? So obviously you've got different departments doing different things, but they want the campaign to be in a certain shape. So I can understand support gems sometimes not making sense and sometimes needed some patches and whatever. I would be careful with these sort of things, and I would take a little bit more of a Spectre approach as they did last league by making it slightly weaker and buffing it up than making it slightly too strong and then not being able to do anything with it for the rest of the league because they can't do mid-league balances because people have money investment into builds and now you're destroying their entire experience. Personally, I would do that. However, the thing that I can't understand is how are abyss maps in the game? How did not a single person who has had this idea about what Path of Exile is, how you have all these podcasts where Jonathan talks about balance and like what we should be doing, and then somehow nobody walked into the abyss map in the entire GGG office and went, there's a lot of mobs in here, guys. There might be more mobs in this one map than in the next 10 maps that I'm gonna do combined. And you know what? I don't even have to complete this map. I can leave, come back in, and do it again? I don't even have to do anything? I don't know if this is balanced. Maybe we should look into this. And then somebody else is like behind them watching, and they're like, what's happening? Did your game crash? And he's like, no, I'm just lagging. I'm just lagging because there's so many mobs. And then that guy goes, oh, this seems fine. And then that's it. You can't do that? Some guy said that you can't do that, to be honest. I'm quoting one guy. I got one guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, it's way too many mobs. It's super laggy. There's a lot of big problems. If they nerfed Breach, I don't know how this Abyss stuff goes into the game. And you know what? Am I just complaining? Am I hating Path of Exile 2 now? I mentioned developers. I must hate them. Like, I don't know. It's something to look into. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how that happens. Support gems, I can understand. The Abyss shit, I can't understand. I don't really see it. Especially since, you know, performance is kind of a big thing. Maybe it's a big test for GGG. They're like, how far can we push it? How ridiculous can we make this without completely destroying people's PCs and instead only just crash them, you know? Finish off their Intel CPUs.
Saw online.
They could be playing my Thorns build too, because my Thorns build's great. Everyone who's playing the Thorns build's having fun. But now they're not going to get to play it because they listen to Ziz.
And ultimately, I'm of the belief that so much of that fallout could actually be easily avoided if people were just a little more willing to extend the olive branch and say, yeah, overall...
I don't even know why he's hating. Dude, Ziz isn't having a build problem. He's having a fucking Eiffel Tower falling on his head because King Kong over there, you know, is taking no prisoners today. He's having that issue. He ain't having no issue with his build. He 3-shots the monkey. He just can't avoid the fucking World Trade Center literally hitting him smack dab in the... But maybe, you know what? Maybe that's the mechanical difficulty aspect that he was talking about. Who knows?
I'm having fun with the patch, but they definitely need to work on this, and that.
To me, it's more than that, though. Like, their reactions are so over the top and fake that they're like playing it up to the point to make it look worse than it is. It's not just that they're pointing out bad things. They're pointing out bad things and they're making them seem worse than they actually are. It's not just they're upset about something. They're rage baiting, and that is clown shit.
Dude, this describes this video so perfectly. It's like this guy's complaining about people making something out to be a bigger deal than it actually is as he's doing a video. As he's literally doing that in the video. Like, you are making this out to be a bigger deal than it actually is, you know? Yeah, I mean, for sure. Some people can enter a stream and, you know, Quinn just got hit by the Eiffel Tower and he's complaining about the game is bugged and it sucks. And then somebody sees that and they go, whoa, this game is trash, you know? And they would be right for it because Quinn did end up dying to a bug. So maybe that person will think, you know what? I'll come back when the early access is over, baby.
And they are making them seem worse than they actually are. It's not just they're upset about something. They're rage baiting. And that is clown shit. It's like, it's not just like you need to mix in some criticism. No, or constructive criticism. No, you need to stop being a fuckhead and then start mixing in some criticism.
He's getting more mad throughout the video. He's ramping, dude.
Constructive criticism.
Or just attempt to keep everything in perspective a little bit better. After all, a lot of these streamers that mercilessly shit on the game have already put 2,000 plus hours into it in the last 8 months.
No, they haven't. No, that's
Whoa.
where you're wrong, Vin.
Yeah,
that's
I
where you're
agree.
wrong. I have grinded this game so much. I had 17 builds in endgame last patch, and I had 15 in 0.1. I just hit over 2,000 hours. None of these, I promise you, none of these streamers have over 1,000 hours in this game.
He's not wrong.
They are turret.
Okay, he isn't. Okay, I mean, I was making that joke about Steam earlier. I don't know. I probably have like 700 hours in PoE2. And you know what? It's Wednesday and I just made it out of the campaign. Log in, dude. I guess I'm just not mechanically skilled enough. Says support invoker with 8,000 hours in Dota 2. No problem. Just top 5k EU invoker support. Not mechanically skilled enough? I don't know.
Don't give them that benefit of a doubt, Vin. None of them have 2,000 hours in this game. I just barely hit 2,000 and I grind it like crazy. If they have 2,000 hours, it's because they're AFK in their hideout.
I mean, I don't even know this argument, like, how many hours do you need to be considered legit? Like, is 400 hours? I feel like in any other game, if I had 400 hours, people would look at that and they'd go, whoa, that's a lot of hours. But like in PoE1, when somebody says, I've got 2,000 hours, somebody else goes, whoa, you're a fucking noob and you suck. But, you know, if you have 400 hours in, I don't know, Elden Ring or something, I think most people would look at that and they'd go, holy shit, you've played a lot of Elden Ring. But in PoE2, that ain't good. I don't know. The thing that I didn't like earlier too, that I didn't talk about is I think when it came to the argument about how somebody might see like a streamer struggle and they're gonna think, oh, I'm not gonna play because I'm gonna struggle. That's a weird one too. Okay, once upon a time, okay, I was one of the better Path of Exile 1 players. And I was fine struggling in like other games, you know? When I would go play Overwatch or something, it was okay for me to suck. I was having fun playing Overwatch, but being trash. I don't know. I played how much Deadlock did I play? I probably didn't play that much. Deadlock even here? Is Deadlock in the room with us right now? Boom. I have almost 100 hours in Deadlock. 92.4 hours. And I am absolutely garbage. I enjoyed every minute of this. I don't see how people can't take like 6 hours to beat Act 1 in Path of Exile 2 and still continue to enjoy the game. I feel like that's one of Path of Exile 2's biggest strengths. That you can take, 40, 50, 60, 100 hours in the campaign and enjoy it. You really don't have to compare yourself to a lot of these other people. And I think that, if anything, the player numbers reflect that holds true to many people trying out the game, more so than, PoE good because bigger numbers. Yeah, campaign is the fun part. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. A good example of this would be WoW Classic, where everybody was like, you guys are just nostalgic, and nostalgia glasses this and nostalgia glasses that. And then people played the game, and it's like, wait, this is fun. Most people don't have nostalgia for a game that they didn't play, because guess what? Most of the people who played Classic WoW never played it originally. And you know what the content in that game is? It's the leveling. You get to end game, and by today's standards, there is no end game. You go in once, maybe you kill Onyxia or do a Molten Core for the experience of playing with other people. That's it. For 99.999% of the player base, the content was the leveling. And that's completely fine if that's the case also for the majority of the players in PoE2. I don't see a problem with that, and I don't see how a streamer necessarily would discourage you by struggling. If anything, I find that considering PoE2 is a game that's being talked about as a Souls-like game, that would be kind of an experience that people would actively seek out, right? Like, nobody talks about Elden Ring like, oh my god, I was blasting in Elden Ring, I was pumping. No, people enjoyed the struggle. People are talking about how that boss was difficult, or this was challenging, or they couldn't handle this thing, and that's what keeps them playing. That's what keeps them pushing. And yes, in Elden Ring, it's a little bit different. I do feel like in the current state of PoE2, if you are playing like a turbo shit build, you're gonna run out of your life flask. Maybe not, but you're gonna run out of your mana flask. I mean, I guess technically you can beat anything with enough skill. But it does definitely get to a point where if you're fighting Act 1 boss, if you're fighting Geonor, you're doing it for 20, 30 minutes straight. Maybe that's not fun, or maybe it was the most fun thing in your entire life. I mean, it's going to be an argument against for some players, and it's going to be an argument for in some other cases.
Crying about the game for 1,000 have a doubt.
That's me, I'm crying.
Game. They are tourists. Don't give them that benefit of a doubt, Vin. None of them have 2,000 hours in this game. I just barely hit 2,000, and I grind it like crazy. If they have 2,000 hours, it's because they're AFK in their hideout, crying about the game for 1,000 of those hours.
Actually, I was at Dreadroot, or whatever his name is. That's where I did the majority of my 8 hours of QA testing. Just so we're clear. I was not, in fact, in my hideout. I was at Dreadroot's place. Seeing Grubby play the Act 1 boss for the first time, experience very similar as people describe Elden Ring. I actually didn't. I should maybe watch that. How far did Grubby even get? I didn't get to watch because, I was playing, but he was doing like a sponsored thing that he played a little bit more of, right? Warbringer fix is in the patch notes. It's literally the first thing. It's a part of the very first sentence, I think. 4K hours in PoE2. I cried for 3,999. Yeah. I mean, I think that's not bad,
And they'll definitely be...
But if they had 2,000 hours of play in this game, they'd be able to navigate the campaign in less than 12 hours. Like the rest of us can. We can do it in 6.
Playing it for 8+ hours a day, every single day for the next few weeks straight.
They won't, though. They're tourists. They're going to be gone soon.
True.
So is it really as bad?
And they're not playing for 12+ hours a day. They're watching reaction videos for half of that. or they're just like looking at path of building. This isn't a path of building game. You have to learn the mechanics. I'm sorry, guys.
Fucking, it's over for me. Oh no.
This is an unhinged video from me, but I am just so over these streamers. I know this is like a bad thing. I'm burning some bridges. These, like, I don't care. This
Has he done in the game to think he's some sort of authority in the matter? I mean, he's just mad. It's the same thing that, like, again, the sad part about this is that, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Rutu is gonna yell and he can't watch this anymore or some other shit because he actually gets mad because that's his content. But like, I think most other content creators can look at this and they go, you know, I can relate to this in some way. Like, this makes sense to me because I've been frustrated about things in Path of Exile also. This guy voiced it so nicely so many times about how, you know, we tend to hyper focus on a specific element and are overly negative about it to the point where it doesn't even make sense. And unfortunately, I feel like this is also happening in this video. And I would hope that at the end, because I know that the guy unlisted the video, didn't quite take it down. And I know that you guys said that there's a comment that I'm supposed to read. I've opted to read it after, just to have like the entire storyline. So I'm kind of... Co Agnieszko? Jak chcesz, to tak. So I think he hopefully has processed this now, has realized that he's just frustrated like many of the PoE content creators, the tourists. And that's exactly what this is, you know, them voicing their concerns about the video game and him voicing his concerns about those people voicing their concerns. Like, hopefully. Nice, thank you. I actually might watch. This is really interesting for me. Oh, fuck, it didn't timestamp. You say 1 hour 34. Alright, perfect, thank you. I actually might just watch. I mean, GGG announced that they're gonna completely change my entire build, man. I kind of want to play the game, but then...
This is how I feel, and I'm sick and tired of these people just making this game and this community just so unbearably toxic.
As they're letting on. Anyways, though, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Those of you that already watch me know that I don't like to get involved in drama, and this is ultimately just my opinion and feelings. But after seeing this same exact thing happen 2 leagues in a row...
It's gonna happen the next league, brother. It's gonna happen the next league.
And in some regard, it happened when the game launched as well. I feel like someone just needs to come out and give the opposite perspective, even though it'll probably just get drowned out by all the negativity.
No, brother. I'm gonna be preaching your name for the next several months.
Lastly, I just wanted to clarify that...
Dude, oh, fuck, I'm boiling over here. I want to read the comments so bad.
If you are a content creator and you think I was specifically talking about you, or you got overly offended by this video, then wake up, little bro. The
wake up, little bro. Wake up, little bro. Yes, man. Yes. Don't sugarcoat it. Yes, all of those people at the front of the video, go
what was
bro.
That?
Yes, man. Wake up, little bro. Wake up, little bro. Yes, man. Yes.
Dude, what happened? This is the new fucking LFG.
Go fuck yourself.
It'd be the 30
I know I need to grow up. This is an...
Wait, I'm going the wrong way.
At the front of the video. Yes, little bro. Yes, man.
Wait, that's a perfect LFG. That's a tourist LFG, dude.
Yes, don't sugarcoat it. Yes, all of those people at the front of the video, go fuck yourself.
Posting an end-game update.
Grow the hell up.
My Arc Stormweaver.
Grow the hell up.
Tomorrow, which should be the 30th.
I know I need to grow up. This is an insanely immature reaction, but...
Dude, I love how... It is really interesting the way that sometimes we think certain things, and then we say them out loud, and it's like, wait a minute. Hearing this shit in my own voice suddenly makes it sound a whole lot different than it did in my own head. Wait, you guys have fuck my FFZ doesn't work. What does tourist LFG look like? Wait, there's actually a tourist LFG? This shit's getting DMCA'd full sure, dude. What the fuck? It's gone.
For you guys, if you're watching this the day it gets posted, and with that, take it easy, chefs. I'll catch you in the next one.
Vin, you got a fan for life. I was already subbed to you. I've already shown off some of your builds in some of my previous videos, but you have made me not a fan of just the build maker, Vin, but of you, the person. You have character. You have some nuts, brother. You have some nuts. I agree with everything he said. It's gonna continue to happen. We need to call this out more. Watch this week's podcast. I assume me and Rabbit are going pretty ham, but
look at the streamers that use it. Jesus Christ. Wait, I'm one of the toxic ones. What the fuck? Not even Lily's here? Holy, what are you guys doing? Dude, Connor's using it. Holy. Whoops.
Yeah, this is going to be a long video, and it's going to be a little disjointed. I'm sorry, I don't normally do reaction videos. I know for those of you who normally watch reaction videos, this was probably obnoxious with all the pausing and random interjections, but I am so over that audience.
I hate drama content. This video made me not play Path of Exile. I could be playing Path of Exile right now and promoting it to everybody. Giving constructive criticism to GGG. I've already done my 8 hours of daily QA testing, you know. I could be doing 16 hours, you know. But no, here I am watching drama because I'm forced to, and I hate it. Because I have to do it for a living to increase my money. Or I can't survive otherwise. What else did he say? I don't even know. I do this every other day, baby. Hell yeah, I need more of these videos. This was fun.
Over them. And we, as the PoE2 community, keep in mind we are the PoE2 community, we need to start drowning them out. We're not putting up with their nonsense anymore. Thank you, Vin.
I mean, I gotta say, this was a banger. Fuck. I wasn't expecting this.
I saw Stoke just gifted 5 subs.
I mean, it's pretty spot on. Like, thank you, man. Thanks for the $5. Like, I don't really know what to say. Like, I mean, I've said, I guess everything.
More complicated than those support tips on PoE1.
Dude, I love how that's the thing that I naturally gravitated towards. It's a good fucking impression, by the way. Impressive stuff. I think it's just a matter of recognizing how different people get frustrated at different things. The things that they mention are issues in PoE2. Those are exactly the issues that people are talking about. It's difficult to always be mature in a frustrating situation. I don't think people who are voicing their concerns in a more emotional manner are people who are toxic or necessarily wrong. I've never understood this argument of like, I'm going to disregard what you've got to say because you said fuck or you raised your voice and that's immature, therefore you don't have a point. I've never understood that. I get it when this guy fucking pops off
just gifted 2 subs.
Whatever the tourist LFG was.
Bro, wake up, little bro. Yes, man.
Like sometimes you just feel like this, you know? And sometimes it's when you're playing a video game, and sometimes it's when you're making a video complaining about other people playing the video game. It's just what it is, dog. You'll get mad at this, they'll get mad at that. At the end of the day, I think it shows that everybody's pretty passionate about PoE2, and maybe we can acknowledge that some of the things that, you know, people who stream 16 hours a day are, you know, not necessarily just toxic bums and clowns, but just people who are voicing their concerns. Okay, and you guys said that there's a comment. There's a fucking book down here. God damn. Hey guys, unlisted the video for many reasons, but we'll have a new video coming out soon. This was a really pathetic and embarrassing crash out, in my opinion. Oh shit. Bro, be yourself, fucker. Up this like, this is how you react accordingly. This is what you should do. I've been thinking about doing this for 6 months. Be like Vinny. Vinny thinks about it. Vinny do it. Vinny Giga Chad, man. Nobody thinks you're fucking pathetic. And if they do, fuck them. Who cares about it? Be yourself, dog. Don't care about it. I reacted to this video at 3 a.m. running on functionally 28 hours of no sleep. Damn, that's kind of based. There's so much in this video I phrased wrong or wish I said differently. The main thing was I am generalizing an entire player base community based off of really 2-3 people. It's just Rue. Fucking who else? Who's the second person? Have a problem with? Plus the Clips channel. Yeah, I mean the Clips channel, I can see it. But again, it's all baity. It has to be Ziz. Yeah, but like he do be hating on the Ziz. But like, isn't Ziz? I can't imagine Ziz was that negative about this. Like the clip that he shows in the clown thing, I don't even remember where it was. It does look goofy. Like the skill tree is weird. This
Jesus Christ.
This isn't a fucking abomination. You know what? Like I don't, man. This is why I knew that this guy doesn't play PoE1 when he was voicing a lot of his criticisms, just going back to that. Because if you're a PoE1 player, okay, and you're fucking... Okay, no. It's worse, actually. If you're a PoE1 player... Fuck me, dude. Path. And you're... bloody playing Essence Drain, okay? And your skill tree looks like this? This is what your shit looks like? You throw up. I mean, you're throwing up right now looking at this. This shit makes me fucking sick. Like, I can't even... What is this? This is sick to look at. And I had to look at this shit for years when I played the Shadow in PoE1. And when they changed it... It's still kind of bad, by the way. I don't have to look at this anymore, and it makes me feel better. But in PoE2, I have to look at it again. And this is pretty much what Ziz is looking at. You see this?
This is fucking terrible.
Where is it?
Fuck you, GGG.
Jesus.
Like, this is sick. I mean, it's disgusting. He has like 8 travel notes to get nothing.
Christ, this is...
He's picking up nothing. Look. Look how many, look, and he's gonna have to go over here too. It's sick. I get it. I can't look at it. How do I make this bigger? The grandpa needs his glasses. What the fuck? 2-3 people I have a problem with, plus the Clips channels. The tourist thing was meant as rage bait joke based, but I ended up playing into it way too hard. There are many creators. I think the rage bait thing, the tourist thing was the best part of the video. There are many creators in that intro montage that I really like and I don't have negative thoughts about. Oh, you think about them off stream? Dude, I gotta say, it's interesting. It's an interesting look. Why the fuck do I have to look at that now? It's an interesting thing. What is it doing? YouTube. I just want to look at the comment section. I don't think about these things. It's weird to me. Negative thoughts about? Like, I don't sit around and I'm like, oh, fucking about to go to sleep, you know, tired after the whole day of playing video games. Fucking Rutu. Fucking guy. The shit that he posted in the Discord, and I had to read it, and then that one clip I watched. Fucking hate that guy. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird way to look at things. Just be yourself. I mean, honestly, that's the summary. I don't like this comment. I liked him better in the video. This is some pussy shit. Be yourself. And if you're not, you feel like you're not the best version of yourself that you can be, then I guess change it. But don't do this whole like, this isn't me. It is you. Stick to it. But because I spent the entire video crashing out and generalizing an entire community because of a few specific creators, that's pathetic and embarrassing. Bro, you've been cooking on this for 6 months. I don't understand how you're feeling about this now. I can't humanly fathom processing an issue for 6 months, finally exploding and being like, I took 6 months to figure this out. At some point, I feel like you should just, you know, I should just be like, you know what? Maybe it's not that big of a deal. And I'm over exaggerating. But maybe it is one of those things, I think, when you say things out loud, you start realizing like, oh shit, maybe I am projecting. Maybe I am playing into this. I mean, happens to me all the time. I'm sorry for representing myself this way. Nah. Oh man, come on, man. This pussy ass shit fucking backtracking Andy. You guys remember that comment that I showed you on the fucking Reddit? Own it. Own this shit. If you're rage baiting and you admit it, own it. It's like the thing I showed you guys before. Don't do this pussy shit. This is Redditor behavior, dog. Come on. This is the real pussy. The video was fine. This is the pussy shit. This I don't like. I'm angry now. Video, great video, dude. I respect it. Comment? I'm mad now. I'm angry at you. I don't like you anymore. I'm sorry for representing myself this way. I stand by a lot of what I said, but name calling and being a clown like this isn't okay. I called many people clowns in this video, but I am the only one that needed to remove the clown makeup. New video will be out soon with this video linked into the description. Oh, dude, the zoomers in his comment section. Who are you? Never seen your face in 10 years PoE. Yeah, he doesn't play PoE 1. Stupid. Fucking dude, these dumb fucks, man. They can't even watch the video. This is the real shit he should be mad about. Like, I've never seen your face in the 10 years of PoE either. Try Gauntlet in 327, then come back and talk about mechanics. It is weird, because, yeah, for me, automatically you think about Gauntlet and mechanics and speedrunning. And I think forever in PoE 1, there was this giant of stupid-ass opinion that would literally be, this game takes no skill. And then Gauntlet started happening. Then people generally started getting into speedrunning. People started actually like trying these sort of events. And suddenly nobody really says that anymore. I mean, people do, but it's nothing like what it used to be. It's not like the generally accepted opinion that it used to be. And it is kind of weird at the same time to me because PoE 1 is not Gauntlet. It's a mod in the Gauntlet, but like the game inherently is not that. The Gauntlet emphasizes things that otherwise really can be trivial. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, it takes it to the next level. It fleshes it out. Sort comments by new? No, there's gonna be like you posting something. No way you play Thorns and literally just walk around and call the game mechanically difficult. Making white mobs 10 times tankier is not difficult, it's tedium. Who are you even? Why are people posting this? What does it matter who he is? This is some like Zoomer shit, to be honest. I'm surprised that like a 45-year-old Path of Exile 1 player would post this. This is some Zoomer shit. Who cares? Unknown Clown. Calling the pillars of PoE content creation tourists. Also calling PoE2 a mechanical game while playing Thorns. Clown Fiesta. Also telling Al Kaiser to go to his one-button PoE1 builds when he plays Warcry piano is wild. I have no problem with Alk for what it's worth. Too late for that though. Interesting. What a interesting twist. Who are you is as lame as you don't have 2k hours? Yeah, it's like calling people short. Or bald. See you motherfuckers. Interesting. The comments are lame, but the video asks for it. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Not everybody can do a 2-hour reaction thing, you know, in the comment section. And I definitely did a lot of reacting over here. I am proud of myself, though. I can tell he's a type, you know? That he hasn't played PoE in 5 years thing. Holy fuck. I really did read the script. Yeah, but I do hope that this makes, you know, the Path of Exile 2 community more powerful. Now, to my favorite content creator.